Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina, home to the Duke Blue Devils. The Blue Devils will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the BYU Cougars offense will go to work first. They'll run it from the gun. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. BYU right back to the line. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jesse.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. I know this is just one piece, but getting this 3-star offensive lineman who was very highly recruited, that was a massive win for this head coach.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Flood. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. BYU has this offense clicking.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks into the open. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now.
Touchdown, BYU! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it off with a touchdown.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Duke's offense will take the field for the first time. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So
there he goes. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Finds space on the right. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And this is why it's so important, David, to get the run game going, because it sets up play action and gives them an opportunity to take these types of shots down the field.
And it's just so hard because as a defensive lineman, when you give the play action, I'm thinking run, I'm playing run, slows that pass rush down just enough and sucks those linebackers up, make those passing windows so much bigger. Nice job by the offense.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the...
Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Great job by the back on the option. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. And they can't make the connection.
And sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Gauze. Working that wide receiver screen. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous.
Oh, he's got some space. Hauled down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. And the Blue Devils are in the hurry-up.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Right back to the well. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go to the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man on the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Duke.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole, he saw it, he put his foot in the ground, and that was payday.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. And on second down for this offense.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Looking to throw. It's Gauze. Quick strike complete. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the period, and Duke has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try. He lobs one high down the left side. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And as quarterbacks, you've got to be aware of secondary pressure. You've got to know when these free safeties, they start creeping towards the line of scrimmage, that they might get involved. You've got to have an answer for it, and the QB didn't have one that time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the score.
Going for it all. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Going the other way, and he's got room. Running through contact. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Gauze. Bringing the heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Trying play action. Quarterback moving. Looking down the left side. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on fourth down. Fires deep toward the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
Pass interference, defense.
And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. They'll give it to the back. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Rides to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
They got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Going to sling it on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And the Blue Devils are on the move.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in their running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the football.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Back to throw, it's Gauze. Here's a heat. Swings it out to the flat. He's able to get it out to the 25, but needed a little bit more to move the chains. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Turning it on!
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk.
Under pressure, and down he goes goes at the 33.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Blue Devils decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll start this drive with a pass. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Gauze. Finds us back in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. That one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
A strike downfield. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. BYU with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Can't get him to the ground. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the move. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougars.
So nice to have the run game. So nice to trust in it. So nice to cut this game to a one-possession game. Halftime now becomes a lot more bearable. Coaches ain't yelling and screaming. We got to get this fixed, but we got some positive mojo on our side.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham.
Number 10, set to advance on the football.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
First and 10.
Trying to set the tone with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
I think oftentimes for a quarterback, accuracy goes down a little bit when you're not throwing from the pocket in a good throwing position. Every time you scramble, every time you start running, you really got to make sure that all of your fundamentals are in check. And that time, the quarterback just got a little bit out of whack, and that affected the accuracy on that throw.
Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that 1st down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on 3rd down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone, you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks.
Scores on the sneak.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the breaks into the open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. BYU lines up quickly.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a 1st down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got it set up on the outside. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Wolf. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Cougars have it with a 1st and 10.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
To throw. It's Goss. Keeps it going. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. And to open the 4th quarter, they'll start with a field goal attempt. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And this one is perfect. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires downfield. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. And the Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced them into 4th down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. And the Blue Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Now on the option. The pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? He might want another play. He's looking to pass. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. 8th play of the drive coming up. Back to pass on 2nd down. Under fire. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Trying to take it back. All down at the 18-yard line. A solid return after that interception. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Back to pass, it's Gauze. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Firing deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion on 3rd down, you're not quite in panic mode yet on offense, but the sense of urgency is really ratcheting up because you're down 2 possessions, not a lot of time left on the clock. You have got to find your best playmaker right here on 4th down. This could be the game. This is a play you absolutely have to make.
Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. This offense has it with really good field position. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Blue Devils can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with him. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback extends the play. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play.
42 Spiders. 4-2 Spiders.
Looking for a man. It's Beal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Let's see what they do on third down. Now the play fake. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And that's an interesting call, going play action on third and long, because the defense is not worried about you handing the football off. That's not freezing anybody, especially these defensive ends. They're going right up the field, and you saw that time the pocket collapse as they were able to get to the quarterback.
Unleashes one deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They want to run this quarterback.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking for a man. It's gone. Fires to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
On fourth down, looking to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
After being stopped there on fourth down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Winning those individual 6-second battles.